Hi, welcome to ENC 1102. I wanted to take a few minutes and walk through Canvas with you and the course so that you guys would get a really good idea of what's expected of you this semester. First and foremost, when you log into Canvas, you go to online.valenciacollege.edu, put in your username and password. I assume you know this if you're viewing this video because it is part of the course. Anyway, you will find our course, ENC 1102. Click on that. There will bring you to our homepage for our course. When you were looking at the homepage of the course, yours might look a little bit different than this because I'm in the teacher view because some things are locked for the student view, but you'll get the basic idea. You'll get my email, my office phone, my mobile phone, my office location. If you ever need me, please feel free to contact me on any of these in any of these ways. Feel free to email me directly through Canvas. Please, if you are struggling with anything, always be sure to contact me. From there, you will find the Start Here, the instructor, syllabus, course modules. You can click on the immediate course unit. There are general course links such as the overview, the schedule, things like that. So any of those things can help you out if you need them. All right, so I'm going to start with just the Start Here. So if we click on this, it brings you to the modules page. What you'll see when we go into the modules is there are 4 modules. Orientation, then if you scroll down, you'll get to Unit 1, then you'll scroll all the way to the bottom of that, Unit 2, then keep scrolling, and there will be Unit 3. At the end of Unit 3, you are finished with the course. With that said, the way the modules are set up is so that you must complete each item in order to complete the module. So if you don't read each page and click through it, if you don't complete each assignment, it will not bring up the next assignment for you. So you will want to make sure that you are really being mindful of your assignments and completing things, because if you get behind, if you aren't completing things, then you're going to be locked out of assignments. Okay, so let's click Start Here. On the Start Here page, it's just a welcome from me. We talk about some of the things that will be in this orientation module. If you found this video, you've probably looked at the first couple of pages. From there, there's some information about me. I'm Professor Shay Faulkner. I am an Orlando area transplant by way of the upstate of South Carolina. I hold a master's degree in education and a master's of fine arts in creative writing. I'm married. I have 2 kids, Ian and Caroline. And then there's some fun facts about me that you can check out on your own time. There again, I've also posted my contact information, so please do use that. Then from there, we'll go to next. You get a course overview, and much of this information is also found in the syllabus. The syllabus has a more detailed look at this, so I encourage you to go look at the syllabus, particularly before your syllabus quiz or your orientation quiz, but this has basic information here. So if you are in ENC 1102, that means that you had to complete ENC 1101 with at least a C. ENC 1102 is also a Gordon Rule class, which means you must earn at least a C in order to get credit for this course as well. Because it's Gordon Rule, that means that there's a heavy focus on writing. The learning outcomes from this course really are pushing forward what you developed in Comp 1, going from a developing phase to a competency phase. So you'll compose essays, including a formal research essay. You'll use the conventions of standard American English. That means you will be speaking and writing properly. You will demonstrate competence in research and documentation. If you went back to ENC 1101 and had a look at those outcomes, you would see that those say that you will be developing those skills. Here we're going from developing to competence. The same thing with critical reading. You will be asked to read several stories critically and to develop opinions to understand what the writer's intentions were. And basically, we're going to take from your skills from Comp 1 and go from developing again to that competency. This course, like I mentioned before, is arranged in modules. You will you'll go through readings, you'll do videos, you'll do discussions, you'll do quizzes, tests, and essays. All of these will work together to form your course grade. Then hopefully you're already here, so you have your course navigation video, which you're currently watching. All right. There's a variety of policies. The first one I want to talk to you about is the no-show policy. If you do not complete the orientation quiz at the end of this module by the end of this week, you will be withdrawn from the class as a no-show. You must complete this assignment in order to remain in the class. So please make sure you do so. As far as attendance goes, because this is an online course, you don't officially attend class each day. However, attendance is evaluated. It is recorded based on your activity in the course. So the idea is that in order to not be withdrawn from the course, you must remain active. If you go 7 days without being active in the course, that means submitting an assignment, not just logging in, but submitting, then I will send you an email. From there, we will come up with a decision on whether or not you should be withdrawn for attendance. Basically, you will have a 48-hour window to discuss this with me. If we don't come to a conclusion at the end of those 48 hours, you will be withdrawn. Or if I don't hear from you, you'll be withdrawn. Or if we decide together that that's the best option for you, you will be withdrawn. A note to international students. Please be advised that withdrawal from this course due to attendance may result in the termination of your visa status if you fall below the full-time enrollment requirement of 12 hours. So please keep notice on that. Again, if you're withdrawn from this course, particularly by the withdrawal date, which is November 9th, you will receive a W on your transcript. After the 9th, it will be an F. So please keep that in mind. You'll be withdrawn failing at that point. If you'd like to read the student conduct policy, you can check this link. With academic integrity, ultimately the standard is that the expectation is that you will turn in all work with the highest regard for academic integrity, which means that you won't be working with other students on your work unless the assignment requires you to collaborate with a peer. You will be doing your own work. You won't be looking at outside resources unless you are required to do research. That you will be submitting only your own personal ideas. You won't be using things like SparkNotes. You won't be using GradeSaver. You won't be using eNotes. You won't be using Shmoop. You will be presenting just your ideas about the works that you're reading unless you are asked to do research. Keep in mind that if you don't get credit for using an outside source, whether that is looking up a question or copying someone's essay fully, anything that you do that is not providing credit is considered plagiarism. Even if that's stealing someone's ideas or their research or their self-expression, anything that you claim to be your own that is not and you don't give credit to is considered cheating. The first offense, you will receive an F on that assignment. Or a 0 on that assignment. After that, you'll receive a grade of an F in the course if it happens a second time. As far as late work goes, as a general rule, I do not accept late work. With that said, if you miss a deadline due to a medical emergency or an ongoing medical condition, you must submit documentation by the beginning of the next class. Should you have technical issues with Canvas, please email your work to me via Atlas or through Canvas or whatever the case may be prior to the due date. Failing technology such as a computer crash or issues with submitting work or losing work is really not a valid excuse. You should be keeping up with your work. You have access to computers on all campuses, so make sure you have the technology you need. With that said, if something crazy does come up, please be in contact with me. I absolutely can work with you if there's something going on. Just know that you've got to be in communication with me for whatever that issue may be. The copyright policy states that all materials provided to you in this course can only be used during the term of this class. You are not allowed to take things that I have created and share them with others. They are only for you and for this course. This class does not have a final exam, but you do have a final reflection due by December 10th at 11:59 p.m. This course is a points-based course. As such, there are 1,500 possible points to be earned. In order to earn a C, you must earn 1,050 to 1,185 points over the course of the term. In order to earn a B, you must have 1,200 to 1,335. And in order to earn an A, you must have 1,350 points or greater. You are allowed extra credit. There are 3 extra credit assignments that you can complete. For each of your major essays, if you attend the Writing Center, use Smart Thinking, or come visit me or do a Canvas conference for your paper somewhere during your writing process, you will earn 5 points extra credit. This course might be a little bit different than some of the online courses you have taken, because in this course we will be doing something called synchronous conferences, which means basically that we will do live lessons where a number of you will sign on to a conference that you've signed up for and that you've been invited to by me after you've signed up, and we will engage in a lesson about something relating to what's going on in class that week or an upcoming assignment. For example, if you are working toward Essay 1, we may be doing activities to help you write better analytical paragraphs, or we may be looking at outlines, or whatever the case may be. With that said, you are required to sign up and attend 2 synchronous conferences throughout the semester and to write reflections based in those conferences. You must attend your first conference and submit your reflection by October 25th at 11:59 p.m. You will attend your second conference and submit your reflection by November 29th at 11:59 p.m. There will be several opportunities throughout the semester to complete your required conferences. Each conference and reflection combination is worth 100 points. I will send out a sign up to each of you later on. It'll be probably in week 2 when you'll get your sign up. You'll want to check your schedule then, choose what's best for you. If something comes up, you've signed up for a conference, but you can't make it for some reason, you're welcome to reschedule that date, but you do need to reschedule it. You need to contact me and let me know you're not going to be making it to that conference, that you plan to attend a different date. With that said, those 2 deadlines, October 25th and November 29th, are hard deadlines, which means if you miss one, you miss it. You get a 0 for the assignment. So please make sure you do both elements. Also, the conference and the reflection go together. You can't do one and not do the other. So if you attend the conference but you don't submit a reflection, then you get no credit. You don't get half credit for doing half the assignment. It's all or nothing. On the next page, we have course communications. Here we have my phone number, both office number and mobile number. Feel free to text me or call me at the mobile number, preferably not after 8 p.m. unless it's an emergency. If you want to text me after 8 p.m., that's fine. Please don't call after 8 p.m. You are expected to follow the basic rules of netiquette. You can click this link and see those behaviors. The expectation of a student is that you are spending a significant amount of time on this course each week. With that said, for me, I will be responding to shorter assignments, typically within 2 to 3 business days, and between 7 and 10 business days for essays. Sometimes they pile up, they take a while, because I look through those very carefully. I read every word you write. So I will get those back to you as quickly as I can. And you can check out the rest of this expectations stuff at your convenience. The next page is technology requirements. You can check this out on your own, but please do have a look at those. We have a link for student support services. We have the learning support centers, the library, the students with disabilities, Baycare, Smart Thinking. All of these are things that may be important to you. Learning support is where you can find the writing center. Smart Thinking is also part of learning support. Click on that and it'll get you to Smart Thinking, where you can submit papers and a tutor will respond to those papers and send it back to you. It all happens online, which is pretty cool. But you do need to spend a couple of days or have a couple of days to work with them. I think normally they get back to you within 24 hours, but during rush times, it may take a little longer. If you want to learn more about Canvas, and I suggest that you do, particularly if you haven't used it before, you'll want to have a look at this page that says Learn Canvas. There's lots of good links there. If you need help, getting help, we have a phone number for the college that will get you to help. There's websites. There's plenty of places for you to get help. You can go to this help button right here, and that will provide you what you need. If you have any questions at any point about the course, come here if it's a question you think could benefit everybody. So if you have a question about length requirements or about a story, and maybe you don't understand something and you think maybe your friends or your classmates may not understand, click the reply button, ask the question. I'll respond back, and then everyone has access to that. You do have an orientation quiz. It's worth 15 points, and it is, again, you must complete it by the end of this week, but it's actually due on the 29th. So you want to make sure you get that finished sooner rather than later. Additionally, you will be taking a self-assessment where you will consider your study skills, your life load, and just all the things going on in your life and how it might affect this course. And then you will finish up this module doing an orientation discussion where you introduce yourself and you converse with your classmates. Your initial post is worth 10 points, and your replies to classmates are worth 10 points, 5 points each. Something I'd like to say very quickly is you want to make sure that you are taking into consideration your length requirements. This first one doesn't really have a lot of requirements, but in future assignments you will get length requirements of 5 to 7 sentences, 8 to 10. Make sure you're observing those or you will lose points. Additionally, if your grammar is problematic, your sentence structure is problematic, your punctuation is problematic, those are things that can cause you to lose points. Additionally, your replies to peers must be meaningful. They must be high quality. If you are simply saying, oh, yay, we have that in common, or oh, yeah, I agree, good job, that will not earn you credit. You need to be saying something that is meaningful, that will move the conversation forward. Whether that's saying how maybe you view something in a different light, and because of this, this, and this, you can understand where that writer is coming from or that classmate's coming from. Or maybe it's a case of you talk about how you agree with the original poster and then add some more support to that. You need to be adding things that drive the conversation forward. Once you complete Module 1, we'll go back into the Modules Unit tab. You will then go into Unit 1. You will not be allowed to start Unit 1 until you have completed the entire module, orientation module. You'll start with the Unit 1 overview and go on and so forth from there. All right. A couple of other things I'd like to show you is the Syllabus tab. On the Syllabus tab, it gives you specific information like my office hours. Much of what we just went over is there, but there are a few extra things here. Important dates for the college are here. College policies, which we kind of talked about before. Some college links are here. The course policy, we talked about attendance. We talked about late work and makeup work. Extra credit, we talked about synchronous conferences, all good. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but this class does not have a final exam, but you do have a final reflection due by December 10th at 11:59. This course is points-based. You get the grading-based breakdown here of what each element of the course you will have how many points you will have the opportunity to earn. We have the class policy, the communication policy, and then at the bottom we have the course summary, which shows you the dates that everything is due for the entire semester. So all of the assignment due dates are here for you, which could be very helpful. All right, a couple of things else I would like to show you. The first is if you click on grades, yours will look a little bit different than what mine looks like, but you will have a list of all the grades and all of the assignment names and what you earned on those, how many points you could have earned, what you actually did earn. The other thing I want to show you is the library link. On the library link, it allows you to launch your library resources. So if you check on that every single time you come to the class, then you won't have to sign into the library. So when it comes time to do research, you can go right here and start searching. So you don't have to go outside of Canvas. You can do it all inside of Canvas. Something else I want to show you is the Valencia Reader. So I'm going to go back into the modules and look in Unit 1. The first story where you'll use the Valencia Reader is the story of an hour. For each story, you'll have a story intro and a link to where you can find the story. With the story of an hour, you would find that in the Valencia Reader. So you'll just click on the link. It brings you to the Valencia Reader, and then you'll search for the story from there. Everything we do in this class that comes from the Valencia Reader pretty much comes from the Short Stories tab. So you'll check Short Stories, then you'll find the story. You'll look for your author's last name. In this case, it's Kate Chopin. So you're going to go down to Chopin. Then the title of the story is The Story of an Hour. So I'll click on that. And then it might take it a minute, but then it'll open up the story. It gives you the full text of the story, gives you source citation information in MLA8. So it gives you pretty much everything you need for the story when we use the Valencia reader. I hope this video is helpful, and I hope that you are able to really understand how we're using Canvas in this course. If you do have questions or you need help with anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Again, I'm Professor Faulkner. My email is afaulkner4@valenciacollege.edu. You can contact me through your Atlas email, or you can contact me through Canvas by going to the inbox and then, finding me there. I would encourage you to contact me through Canvas. That's the easiest way. It's the way that I will get back to you fastest. I hope this semester is great for everyone, and I look forward to getting to know you better.